That's good. Outtakes.
Chozen makeup artist supposed to check all that stuff for you.
Right? Wasn't check the makeup. Yeah, I love that.
All right, welcome to Dixon Legacy Podcast.
Yes,
Again,
man.
we're here
Yes.
just talking mentorship through conversation, right? And today's topic is the process.
Yeah.
So we're sitting with the coaches and we're sort of pulling over from Dream Athletic Academy over to Dixon Legacy Podcast, and we're going to sort of just bounce off of each other, and we're going to just dive into this topic today. So what is the process? So let's start with the intro. So who are you, right? And with Dixon Legacy Podcast, one of the things I like to talk about is legacy, and legacy being what do you leave behind for those following us, right?
Wow.
So if you think of that, when we started, is what did people leave for you behind, and where did that start with, right? Mother and father.
Yeah,
Right? Because if it wasn't for mother and father, there wouldn't be us, right? So
True.
my first question is, who are you? And then my second question is, who are your mother and father?
Okay, beautiful. Who am I? That's so deep. So, I'm Chris. Chris Ward. Like my position, or like it's so hard. I'm a father. I'm a mentor. I'm a uncle. I'm a husband. I'm a man, black man. I'm a coach. So there's that.
That question is so hard to
It's
answer.
loaded. It's loaded.
When you throw it on somebody,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you just listed 5, 6, 7 things.
Yeah, it's true.
And
So I'm not sure exactly
you're
what
all
you're
one
looking
person,
for.
right? You're all one person. But
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anything. I'm looking for
Oh, I got you.
who are you?
I
So
got
that
you.
whole encompassing. So everything that you just said is who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So that's what plus my job. I don't like to list my job first.
Yeah.
A lot of people list their job first, and that makes them who they are. That I don't agree with that. I'm all those things first, and then an instructor or whatever, or a teacher. But yeah, so that.
Okay, so we talked about who you are, and then now we don't want to pay homage to mother and father, right? So I know it's a difficult question to ask, because sometimes may have been estranged with your mother and father, that had a good relationship coming up. But who were your mother and father?
So no, I'm not estranged, but my mother is Denise Carter, and
Big up Denise.
big up Denise. And my father is Vital Ward.
Vital?
Vital.
Vital.
Vidol.
Oh, DOL.
Yeah,
Vital.
Vital
Okay.
Ward. Out of I could show you here, Guyana.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's my parents. I'm black and white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
they're the individuals who shaped you who you are today. So when you think of your father, was he strict? So I'm thinking of my father, right? Because I'm Jamaican background.
Yeah.
Both parents are Jamaican.
Yeah.
Right. My father Aquila.
Okay.
Right. And my mom was Faye.
Wow.
Right. And when I think of them, I think of just strict, like my dad was really strict. So you think of this 6'3", 6'4" man, and remember when you're a kid and looking at the massive 6'3", 6'4", maybe
That's
240, 230,
Wow.
right? That's a big man coming at you, right?
Yeah.
Booming voice. And then my mom was she was that even hand, right? So my dad always dished out the discipline, and then my mom was the one that kind of balanced everything out,
Gotcha.
right? So how would you describe your
Yeah, complete opposite. My dad wasn't that big. I don't know how I became big. I don't know where that came from. I think that's from somewhere on my dad's side, but not my. Yeah, like 5'10". My mom was even smaller, like 5'3".
Okay, so where you come from then?
What do you mean? I know. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
you got to be 6'5",
yeah,
6, right?
Like, maybe the
Mailman.
man. However, my cousin, which I'm gonna get you to meet soon, and one of the coaches on our team has met already. Nigel, he's like 6'8", 6'9". So it's somewhere in our family genes, but it definitely wasn't my dad. And it's nowhere near my mom's side. So my mom would say like it's all the chicken.
Yeah.
And the chicken is
and the steroids.
Yeah.
That's right.
Actually, my mom would say it's the manure in the boots she used to put in.
Okay.
But anyway, she's different. She's from Perrystown, so you can't really follow that. But yeah, in terms of the discipline and all that, so it's complete opposite. The discipline came from my mom.
Okay.
My dad was an easygoing guy, but if you mess with him, he would let you know. But he was very patient. He was very quiet. I never heard him scream. I never heard him yell ever. I knew him till I was about 12. And then there was something that happened with my mom and dad, which which is interesting because I reunited with my dad in my 2 years ago. So I was
Okay.
like 30. No, I was 45.
Okay. Okay.
45. So we're trying to get to the bottom of all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was mostly my mom. It's mostly my mom that reared me and showed me
Okay.
manners, politeness, and all that other stuff. But she was a disciplinary. She was the heavy hand.
Okay.
She
Okay.
would walk by and just slap you in the back of your head for
Right.
no
Right.
reason. I say,
Right.
Mom, what was that for? She said, it's for what you're about to do.
Right. That's funny. I heard that before. Yeah.
It's like, all right,
All
cool.
right. So I know you were talking about you don't like to talk about your profession. So let's talk about
Mm,
your side hustle.
okay.
What is your side hustle? And then
So I
the
have a,
next question,
yeah,
sort of dovetailing to that, is what is your passion?
yeah, I love
Because your
that.
passion should be your side hustle, really,
Absolutely.
and then you should change that side hustle to your main hustle, right?
Don't
Because
get me.
really and truly, we all should be doing
Yeah,
that, right?
absolutely.
We should be our main source of income should be what we're passionate about. That's what we should be
Absolutely
doing.
agree.
So,
Absolutely
so
agree.
uh,
So,
what's your side hustle?
side hustle right now, which if I could replace my income from where I am right now with what we do
Mm,
in terms of the basketball thing, boom, that is definitely a passion. So I want to list her in order, yeah, like directly. So
okay.
first, God is my passion. My wife is next, my kids is next, and then music,
Mm,
basketball, and then like people, my family, like you, my friends.
okay.
That's definitely my passion. So I'm gonna replace my side hustle now is with my DJing. I DJ on the side,
Right.
so that's music, and then I mentor and coach on the side
Yeah.
with you, as you know, and so that is what I want to have on my side hustle to take over my main income.
Right. Right. So, what's your DJ name?
DJ Chozen One. You
Where
can
did that
follow
name come
me.
from?
Um, so I was watching The Matrix, and The Matrix, the main character is Neo.
Hmm.
I didn't want to do Neo, so I just chose the Chosen One, Chozen 1, the number
Right.
one NE. So it's basically to say, don't look at me, look at the Chosen One,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
I'm the
Right.
messenger of the message, and the main man is the message. The
Okay.
main man
Okay.
is the Chosen One, right? But we're all chosen.
Yeah.
We're all chosen. I'm the chosen one to lead you to that, right?
Through music.
Through music.
Right.
Yeah. Or
Beautiful.
however I can, right?
Hmm.
Whatever that vehicle may be. So
Okay.
that's
So
what.
our topic today is the process,
Mm-hmm.
right? So tell me a story of how did you discover the process,
Discover the process.
and what does the process mean to you?
The process means to me like hard work, um, failing, getting back up, failing, getting back up, failing, getting back up. The process means it doesn't even matter about the outcome.
Okay.
Um, you develop a plan, you execute, and no matter whatever the outcome may be, is that. It doesn't matter about the outcome. So, for example, you design something and then you let everybody know about it, but nobody buys it.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. It's the fact that that's the process. It was the hurting, is the hurting process of uh, being developed through the hard time.
Okay.
We always like to the thing is, if there's some young people that's watching, we like to showcase the final project, the final product, which is like, oh, look at me, look at all the people around me, look at my success. That's not the process. The process is when you were alone by yourself and you wrote it down on a napkin, or you wrote
Right.
it down on a yellow piece of pad paper, and then you took that and started to execute that. It doesn't matter of the results. It doesn't matter of how much money you made after that. It was that part before the result. And that's what I think the process is. And it's much more valuable than the actual end result. Because you can say, oh, I made $1 million or I made nothing. It doesn't matter. You did it. You imagined it. You put it down on paper. You executed it. And whatever happens after that doesn't matter.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I like talking about, and that's why I sort of talk about passion before I talk
I
about the
love it
process, right?
because you know what's what.
Right. So because you're passionate about something, a lot of times if you want the success, there's steps
Exactly.
and you cannot skip a steps,
Exactly.
right? So one
Exactly.
thing we talk about, I know with Dream Athletics, making your bed in the morning.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Doing it every morning is a part of the process,
That's right.
right? Like that's a part of the process, just getting up. So I like what you said, write it down. So you write out the steps that it takes you to be successful. And no matter what we talk about, it's those steps are there. Like it's not hidden from anybody.
Yeah.
It's all there, but
And
it's we can't stick to it.
that's
So
the important part. Exactly, because once you write it down, it holds you accountable.
yes, yeah,
If you just dream it, it's just a dream and it's gone and it
correct.
evaporates. But once you put it down, you could see it and it holds you accountable personally.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that's why nobody writes it down.
That's right.
Nobody writes it
That's
down, right?
right.
They just say, "Oh, I have a dream."
That's
And then,
right.
okay, so what are you doing about that dream? Well, I'm just keep
Just
dreaming,
keep thinking about
right?
it.
So,
Yeah.
so writing it down is super critical. So I know, I was listening to this podcast, and the guy was saying how you get successful is by sort of commitment, right? And commitment is kind of like the number one thing, right? And then consistency. Those
Yeah.
two things is
Definitely.
all you need. It's real simple. It's those two
Definitely.
things. So if you say I'm gonna walk by this lake and I'm gonna throw a pebble in this lake every day for 365 days,
Mm-hmm.
can you do that?
Mm,
Right? As
mm,
simple
mm,
as that is. So you pick
mm,
up the
mm,
pebble, you
mm,
throw it in
mm,
day
mm,
one. You pick up the pebble and
mm,
throw it
mm.
in day 10, right? And then all of a sudden,
Oh,
day 12, it's like, man, maybe I need to get 340 pebbles and just throw them all in once. Then I don't need to do it. You know what I mean?
no.
Or I did 12 so far, so I can skip a day. You know what I mean? Like that's when it starts creeping in. But can you be committed and consistent
Yeah.
that you do one every single day?
That's the toughest thing.
That is the toughest thing.
For
and
me,
as simple as the thing is of picking up that pebble and throwing
throw
it
it
in,
in.
we can't do it.
Can't do it.
We can't do it.
Myron Goldman. I'll never take credit for things that I hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always say Myron
Yeah.
Goldman. He says, anytime there's intention, there's always gonna be interruption.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of fact. The first 2, 3, 4 days, you're gonna see
Easy.
you will pick up the pebble,
Yes.
throw it in,
Yeah, yeah.
and then what happens when I have the funeral to go to,
Yes.
or I feel sick,
Yeah.
or it's raining.
Mhm.
Like there's always gonna
right.
it's the same as the gym or whatever. It doesn't matter what you do. There's always going to be something, and if you intend to do something, there's always going to be interruption, and that's the process. You got to pass the interruption and fight through that to get to the other side, whatever the other side may be, and it may be still being broke,
Yeah.
or it may be successful.
Correct.
So that's what. So that, and I'm starting to fall in love with the process more, because I always was looking for the success at the end.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean that. My wife recently wrote a book. Do you know how much of a feat that is?
That's big, bro.
To write a book.
That's big.
And she's talking about
Yeah.
sales. No, you wrote the book.
That's right. That's
You know how
right.
many
Yeah.
people have never wrote a book?
Yes, yeah.
And even if you sell 3, I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean that's what it is. It's the process you gotta fall in love with, and a lot of us don't like that part.
How do you fall in love with the process?
Yeah. You just gotta be you just gotta understand that what you were made to do, you're just doing it. And whatever happens on the other side of that will happen. And guess what? When you do that, doors start to open and other doors start to close, and it starts to head your way. I don't know how to explain it.
It's hard to explain, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get somebody
Look
to
how
explain
this happened.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you explain that?
No.
No, exactly.
But it's taking action.
That's right.
So a lot of times, like, because we talked about it so many times, like we get together, we cook, we eat, we drink, we play dominoes, and we go home, and then there's this element that's missing, right? And us as now becoming the elder statesman, we have to leave something for our kids.
Oh yeah, that's the hard
right.
part.
So that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I said, okay, let's do this. But then it's taking the action. It's
Yeah.
actually doing this.
Yeah.
It's actually every single time doing it,
Yeah.
right? Part of the process, throwing that pebble every single day, right? and it's getting started. The hardest thing to do is get
Get
started.
started. I
That's the
agree.
hardest thing to
I
do,
agree.
and then is to continue it,
I
right?
agree.
So my goal is, even like for this podcast that we're doing, is every day we should be posting something,
Every
right?
day. Whoa.
Every day we should be posting something. So I'm thinking like a short. You can make a
Okay.
short where you can say something for 30 seconds, and you
Every
can,
day.
yeah. But listen, you can spend a weekend and do 5 shorts, 6, 7 shorts,
Mm.
right? You can do that.
Like
They're 30-second
logically,
shots,
logically,
right?
you say that, but again, like you say, oh, I gotta cut the grass, I gotta weed the
Doesn't
grass,
matter.
I
Excuses.
gotta. You're right.
Excuses.
You're right.
Excuses. You're not throwing in a pebble
You're
every
right.
day.
You're right.
You're
But
not
you're
throwing in a
right.
pebble every
But
day,
that's what
man.
I'm trying to say. Like when you have intentions,
Yes.
something interrupts. Oh, now I gotta do something for my daughter
Yeah.
because she needs a ride
Yeah.
somewhere. Like that always starts to happen. But are you focused enough to stay on your path?
So this is why you write it down,
Yeah.
and this is
Yeah.
why you put a schedule together, and you stick to
Mhm.
that schedule.
Yeah, I tell my kids, even though I tell my kids, I don't necessarily do this.
And you can't
But I
do
tell
that.
my
You
I
can't do that,
know,
man. You can't do
I know, but I
that.
tell my kids,
Yeah.
listen, you have a goal. If your friend calls you up and they're deterring you from your goal, tell them no and keep going towards your goal.
Yeah.
But I know that now. I'm teaching them now. I'm doing the best I can to do that, to action it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're 100% right. Like there's always going to be some kind of distraction to pull you off your game. But you're right. You gotta make a decision. Oh man, again, Myron Goldman, genius.
Yeah.
It's not a choice. It's a decision. So decision, he says, in the original Greek.
Yeah.
Is it Greek? I'll correct it later, but it means D means separate, and side means you're picking a side. So it's
Yeah.
not like you're making a choice. You said, no, this is what I'm doing, and the rest of it is not available.
Right.
So I'm going that way. It's not a choice because there is no other option.
Okay.
You're making
Yeah.
a decision, right? In the original language. So it's not making a choice. You're deciding you're going to do this, and that's it.
Okay. Okay.
But it's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. It's not easy, and that's why only certain people are successful.
That's right. That's
Right?
right.
That's why you
That's
only have
right.
a certain percentage of the crew. Every 90% of the people are not. They
Mm.
just fall in the rut and they just live their life
They
out
live
that
that.
way, right?
Yeah.
And the 10% of the people are the one who, you know what? It doesn't matter what it is. I'm gonna continue this process and I'm gonna keep moving in this direction.
Yeah.
Right. So what are you intentionally doing to continue the process for yourself?
I have
Calling you out.
improvements to make. Yeah, no, that's why you're my mentor. You,
That's right. Calling you out, bro.
you're calling me out intentionally. I'm gonna be honest. I have issues with being intentional and being consistent. And if you're my friend, if you're watching, sorry, I'm a bad friend. I don't call as often as I
Yeah.
should. I don't check in as often as I should. A lot of times I shift, and I think that's for the better. I shift friendships for people who are sharpening me.
Yeah.
And I don't really check in with the people who don't sharpen me as much, but I should still check in. So I have a long way to go still.
Yeah.
Again, it's that list, and I don't check into that list often enough because I'm not consistent inside myself.
Right.
And I'm being honest right now in front of the camera, right?
So you got to be committed and consistent.
Yeah, and that's some
And that's the
things.
number one thing why everybody fails with this.
Really?
So you're falling right into that trap.
Okay,
So now I'm gonna hold you accountable for that.
that's my guy.
So we're gonna have this conversation what, 2 months from now, and we're gonna see what the difference is
Well,
back then.
Are you gonna check in with me?
I'm gonna check them every day, bro.
Now I'm holding you accountable.
That's right. All right. That's what we're supposed
Yeah,
to do.
exactly.
That's what we're supposed to do, man. Listen, if my fly's down, you're supposed to tell me my fly's down,
Flies
and
down,
not look
bro.
the other way. That's what friends are supposed to do, man. If my
Absolutely.
nose hair is sticking out, you're supposed to tell me.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
my breast stinks, you're supposed to tell me.
Absolutely, I agree. And you're right. A
Yeah.
lot of us put the politeness in front, and
Yeah.
it's too awkward, whatever. Nah, you're right. You're supposed to say it. You're supposed to say it as a friend.
All right, so we're gonna do that. So
Right.
so what I'm gonna need you to do now, because your passion is DJing, what is your social media and your email for people to
Yeah,
get in
man.
contact
So-
with you? Because we want everybody to be calling the Chosen One and book him.
Book me.
That's what we want.
Next summer should be Ram then.
All right.
So on Instagram, I am DJ Chozen One. So Chozen One is spelled CHOZEN, the number 1NE.
All right.
So that's my at there. Chozen One on Facebook. If people do that, I don't know.
They still do it. Facebook
That's
is big still.
CHOZEN ONE, because you can't use letters on Facebook. Sorry, you can't use numbers on Facebook. So it's ONE. And then
And what's your email?
Email, same, CHOZEN1NE @gmail.com. You can book me. I do bar mitzvahs, bro mitzvahs. I do barbecues. I do weddings. You lick it. Birthday parties, anniversaries. You tell me what you need. I got you. And if you think I'm too expensive, we'll work with the price.
It doesn't matter.
I am expensive.
Listen, he's not working with the price. The price is the price. All right? The price is the price. And this is what you got to pay because it's a new change. All right? They're not going to ask DJ Scratch for a discount. You're going to pay him what you pay him. All right?
I appreciate
this is his passion and this is what he's putting in, man. So it is what it is.
I'm pretty nice. I'll say that. Not really, but
that's right.
Yeah, you can check me on YouTube as well. Same, I am DJ Chozen One. So go check out my stuff and see if I can take care of your event.
Don't see if you can take care of it. You can take care of it. So call this man.
Yeah.
When you can take care of it.
All right. All right.
Thank you, brother.
Subscribe, comment, like, share.
Share. Comment.
All right.
That
DJ
smash
Chozen One.
like button.
The
Yes.
process. All right. Yo. Okay. Both discount. I believe it's why I thought about it.